A wave traveling in lossless non-magnetic medium has electric field intensity of 24.56 volt per meter and an average power density of 4 watts per meter square. What is the phase velocity? So he has given here average power as well as electric field intensity. So what is an average power formula? P average is equal to half into Ex naught square divided by eta. That is equal to how much he has given? 4 watts. This is nothing but 4. And he has given electric field intensity also here. Therefore, that is equal to half into electric field intensity is 24.56 whole square divided by eta is equal to 4. So, if you calculate from this, your eta will be equal to 75.39 ohms. So, this is the value you are going to get for the intrinsic impedance. So, like this, for this material, for the dielectric material, eta is equal to root of mu naught mu r by epsilon naught into epsilon r. That means this is equal to root of mu naught by epsilon naught is nothing but 120 pi into root of 1 divided by epsilon r. So, that is equal to 120 pi by root epsilon r. That is equal to 75.39. So, this is equal to 75.39. So, if you just do this, root epsilon r is equal to from this 120 pi by 75.39, that is equal to 4.99. Okay. So, once you know this root epsilon r value, now what is asking? Is asking phase velocity. So, what is the phase velocity? Phase velocity V is equal to root of 1 by root mu naught into mu r epsilon naught into epsilon r. This is the formula you have to use. So, 1 over root mu naught into epsilon naught is nothing but the velocity, that is nothing but the light velocity. This is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 divided by root epsilon r. So, that is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 4.99. So, if you simplify this, you are going to get here 0.6 into 10 power 8 meters per second. That means, friends, if you know the formulas, happily you can substitute the parameters and you are going to get the velocity. That is nothing but the phase velocity. So, here the phase velocity Vp is equal to 0.6 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. This is the answer for this problem. Okay. So, come on, do the next problem. In free space, okay, E of z comma t is equal to 50 cos of omega t minus beta z ax volt per meter. Find the average power crossing a circular area of radius 2.5 meters in the plane z is equal to constant. So, what is asking? He is asking the average power. So, you know, as usual, average power P average is equal to Ex naught square divided by 2 eta. Okay. So, that is equal to what is Ex naught square here? 50 means 50 whole square divided by 2 into eta. Eta in the free space is 377. That is equal to average power is equal to, you can say 3.315 watts per meter square. This is the watts per meter square. So, this is an average power. But what is asking? What is the power crossing a circular area of radius 2.5 meters? So, this is the power, actually power density. ఈ సర్క్యులర్ ఏరియా నుంచి ఎంత వెళ్తుంది అంటే ది పవర్ P అవుట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు P average into area. P average into area. So, what is the P average here? This is equal to 3.315 watts per meter square into what is an area of the circular of radius 2.5 meters pi r square. So, pi into r square. What is r here? 2.5 whole square. Just to simplify this, you are going to get total power is equal to total power crossing the surface area of this circular area is equal to, you are going to get 65.1 watts. This is the way of calculating the average power as well as the total power. So for all the problems, if he is asking the average power, it is Ex naught square by 2 eta, or otherwise half into H square into eta. So after getting all these things, the only thing is you have to know the appropriate formula at the appropriate time. And the technique is always for getting the value of eta. So that's why please try to understand in which material, in which medium the problem is given. Okay? So let us see the next problem. A UPW means uniform plane wave with E bar is equal to cos of omega t minus beta x into ay plus sine of omega t minus beta x into az propagates in positive x direction. Find the average power density in watts per meter square. So he has given that E bar is equal to cos of omega t minus beta x into ay plus sine of omega t minus beta x into az volt per meter. This is the electric field he has given. So it is clearly indicating the wave is propagating in x direction. The electric field is having other two components in y direction and z direction. So you know very well the relation between E and H. So now write the H equation here. H bar is equal to, and the magnitude of H is nothing but E by eta, because you know the relation between E and H, E by H is equal to eta. That's why H magnitude is E by eta. So that is 1 by eta cos of omega t minus beta x, and as the electric field is in y component, it will be at the z component az, and this is minus sine of omega t minus beta x into az means here it is ay, because it is already the wave is propagating in x direction. Electric field is in z means it must be in y. Y means you are coming back, that's why it is negative. So it is also 1 by eta like this. So this is the way of writing the equation for this. So it is very easy to do this problem if you just denote these equations using the phasor notation. So phasor notation in the sense, I can say the same equation I can write like this. This is equal to, E bar is equal to, I can say this is cos of omega t minus beta x means you can say that the wave is propagating in x direction. So e to the power of minus j beta x into ay plus, that is nothing but minus j into e to the power of minus j beta x into, you can say that this is az. So this is nothing but the ES, electric field intensity in the phasor notation. You see, the wave is propagating in x direction means e to the power of minus j beta x, in which direction? Ay. And as we are having sine, there is a phase angle of 90 degrees, that's why it is minus j into e to the power of minus j beta x into az. Similarly, your Hs is also equal to, here you are having a magnitude 1 by eta e to the power of minus j beta x into az, and here it is minus 1 by eta, and you can say it is j into e to the power of minus j beta x, in which direction? Ay direction like this. So the technique is writing this phasor notation from these equations so that you are going to get an answer within no time. So I think you understood what is ES and what is HS here. Once you know this ES and HS, then what is your average power? Average power is equal to half into real part of ES cross HS conjugate, HS conjugate this is. So this is equal to half into real part of, you can say this is ES cross HS conjugate. So this is ES and this is HS. Now if you are taking this conjugate of this and this, and you can say e to the power of minus j beta x into ay minus j into e to the power of minus j beta x into az cross H conjugate, means wherever there is j, you have to substitute with opposite. That means you can say 1 by eta e to the power of j beta x into az and minus 1 by eta, and you can say this is minus j and e to the power of j beta x into ay. So you have to take the cross product of these two. This is now e to the power of minus j beta x into ay, here e to the power of j beta x into az. Ay cross az means ax. Ay cross az is ax. Ay cross ay is 0. Second term is not there. Az cross az is 0 and az cross ay is nothing but minus ax. So if you do it clearly, then this is equal to P average is equal to, average power is equal to, this is equal to half into, okay, half into. So e to the power of minus j beta x, e to the power of plus j beta x means it is minus j, it is plus j, e power 0, 1. So 1 by eta. Ay cross az is nothing but ax. That means 1 by eta into ax. And similarly, ay cross ay 0 and az cross az 0. Now you take these two terms 1 by eta. So j into j means plus 1 and e to the power of minus j beta x and plus j beta x is 0. So once again az cross ay is nothing but minus ax. That's why you can say once again you are going to get 1 by eta into ax. Therefore P average is equal to 1 by 2 into 2 by eta into ax watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So this is equal to 1 by 120 pi into ax watts per meter square. Watts per meter square. So this is the average power you are going to get. So this problem, even though it seems to be somewhat complex, but if you know the notation of converting your equations into phasor notation, happily you can do this, and most of the time the complex power Poynting vector is helping you for getting these results. So this is the way of doing this problem. So finally this is the P average is equal to 120 pi ax watts per meter square, which is a given problem in your IAS examination. So please understand the concepts clearly so that you are going to get the solutions for the problems within no time. I hope you understood the concept of this power Poynting vector and the way of calculating the average power also. Okay, thank you.